Oh, hello there. We're back again. This is only about like maybe the second, third take we've had to do with this because Corey keeps laughing every time we film this. So, good morning. I hope you're ready for another fun workout today. This is going to be the last workout from this location because by now we've all gotten some news. So you're going to be seeing just me coming at you from my garage. So things are going to be a little bit changed up for tomorrow. But for today, we've got ourselves a card workout. We're going to be doing a higher-low workout. So this one may be a little complicated at first, so pay attention to how this one works. Get yourself your deck of cards again. For this one, you are going to draw 2 cards. So for instance, we've got a 6 and we've got an 8. You are going to determine how many reps you do of each exercise based off of what you guess. Is the third card, the next card in the deck, going to be between these 2 cards or outside of these 2 cards? So if you guess correctly, you're going to do half the number of the reps that that card tells you. If you guess wrong, you're going to do double the number of that card. So 6 and 8, that's pretty safe to say. We're going to say it's going to be outside of those 2 cards. The number is a 3. So you're safe on that one. You guessed correctly. We're going to do half the reps of that rounded up. So you're going to do 2 reps of everything. You'll do that for a full round of each exercise, and then you'll draw again. So you're done with those. Let's do round 2 real fast. You got a 10. You got a 9. Pretty safe to say it's going to be outside of those numbers. You got a jack. Face cards are 11, 12, 13. Aces are high, so that's a 14 anytime you draw it. So you guessed correctly, an 11 halved rounding up. You're going to do 6 of everything. Now, because if you guess wrong and you got like an ace and you're going to be doing 28 of something, we're putting a cap on this. 15 reps max of any exercise each side, just so you're not stuck doing one exercise for half your workout. All right, so let's go ahead and run through these exercises so you understand what you're doing. All right, Michelle, if you can come back over here. Everybody say hi to Michelle. She's going to be demonstrating everything for me today. So, top of the round, let's say we're doing 5 reps of each thing. So we're going to do 5 skaters each way. For the skater, why don't you go ahead and come up here, Michelle, so you got plenty of room to jump from side to side. For your skater, this is a lateral explosive movement. You are going to start planting on one leg. You are going to jump to the side, landing on your free leg, trying to keep the moving leg, the one that's behind, off the ground, if possible, but you can put that foot on the ground to catch yourself if you need the balance. So Michelle, jump on back. That would complete 1 rep. You're going to do 5 reps each side, going side to side, try and land as flat-footed as you can, using that free moving leg behind you for balance if need be.
It's need be today.
As you land, you want to try and bend that front leg as much as you can so you drop down into a squat position. Going side to side, if you drew, or if your number's 10, you gotta do 10 each. If your number's 5, you gotta do 5 each. So, your next one is gonna be your inchworm with a scapular push-up. So, for the inchworm, you are going to start standing upright. You are going to bow at the waist. Try to keep your spine as straight as possible throughout all of this. So, from here, you're going to walk yourself out using your hands to a push-up position. From here, the hands and wrists should be directly below the shoulders. Nice straight line from shoulder down to heel. And then for the scapular push-up, you are going to start by rounding from shoulder to shoulder with your spine being the highest peak here. And then you are going to, without bending your arms, squeeze your shoulder blades together, lowering your chest down to the floor. You should feel this in your rhomboids, back between your shoulder blades. Then you're going to push back up with the spine being the peak, rounding from shoulder to shoulder, not from neck to tailbone. And then from here, you're going to walk yourself back. Bring yourself all the way back till those heels touch the floor. You do not have to come back up to a full span. And then you're going to walk yourself back out. And scapular push-up. Start with that spine up to the ceiling, and then squeeze those shoulder blades, pinch them nice and tight, lowering that chest to the floor as low as you can without bending the arms. Then go ahead, push back up, and walk yourself back. So that would be 2 completed reps so far. All right, very good. Next, you're going to move into your thruster. For this, you're going to need 2 weights. Get yourself 2 dumbbells, 2 kettlebells. a singular object that is going to be sturdy for yourself that you can drive up over your head. The thruster is going to be pretty much just simply combining a squat, getting your butt all the way down, level with the knees, and an overhead press coming up explosively. So for this, if you're using dumbbells, start with those weights at the shoulders, elbows pointing forward, not letting them flare out to the sides. And then from here, take a breath in, go ahead and squat your butt down, level with your knees, make sure your feet stay flat, weight is anchored back in the heels. And then as you stand explosively, you're going to punch both those weights straight up to the ceiling for me. There, very good. Go ahead and lower back to the shoulder, squat your butt down, level with the knees, explosively come up, punch those weights straight up. Good. Always return to the shoulders before you drive back down into the squat motion. I don't want to see you go right from here into a squat as you lower the weights. That may be bad on your spine if you lose control of the weights. So, again, if your number's 5, you're going to do 5 of those. All the way down, back up overhead, return to the shoulders, 1 rep. Next one, bird dog plank. So for the bird dog plank, Michelle, let's go ahead and get down into a plank position. For the plank position, we're going to go from the elbows. We want those elbows directly below the shoulders. We want to have a nice straight line from shoulder down to heel. We don't want to have the butt sagging to the floor or piking up in the air. So as you can see here, Michelle's got a good plank position. Now, from here, we're going to be doing a bird dog. So, much like a bird dog points to let you know that he found something, you are going to extend one hand and the opposite foot at the same time. Go ahead and lower back down, and then you're going to give me the other pair. So one hand and the opposite foot. Come back down. Very good. All right, go ahead and keep repeating this for me. And we're going to hold this. I'm just messing with her. All right, so you're going to go back and forth until you do as many reps as you drew each side. So if you got 5, you're going to go 1, 1, 2, 2 until you get to your number. All right, last but not least, we got a single leg deadlift with a reach. So for this one, this is again going to be 5 reps on one side, 5 reps the other side if that's what you drew. All right, so for this, why don't you face me, Michelle? So Michelle's going to anchor down into her right foot. We're going to start on that side. What she's going to do is just start with a soft bend in that planted leg at the knee. She's going to fold at the waist, much like she would for a deadlift, keeping her weight anchored into the front of her heel, arch of her foot. She's going to bow at the waist, reaching her hands out forward as far as she can, trying to lift her heel up as high as she can, getting in line with the hips, and then return back up. So go ahead and extend those arms out in front of you as you bow at the waist. And then go ahead and come on back up. All right, very good. So for this exercise, balance is going to be a very important factor. So if you need to, you can hold your hand onto a wall, onto a countertop, something to keep your balance. Another important thing for this is focus on something not moving out in front of you. If you're watching the kids, watching the dogs, watching the cats run around the floor or anything like that, your balance is going to be poor because you're going to be moving along kind of with them. So fixate on something standing out in front of you, and then bow at the waist, reach those fingertips out as far as you can, get that heel back as far as you can, drive into your heel, squeeze that booty, bring yourself back up. You should get that hamstring stretched, working those glutes. Alrighty, so there's a couple weird instances you may get with the cards. May have to rummage through here real quick, but let's just say you drew a king for your first card, and then the second card you drew was a king. You're like, uh-oh, how am I going to pick in or out? Well, that's a wild pairing on that one, so you had to do burpees for that one. So at any point, if you draw 2 of the same card, you draw 2 cards back to back, or your third card matches one of the 2 original cards you drew, so pretty much duplicates at any point, or back-to-backs, you can't pick high or low, you get burpees. Sorry. So you got 10 burpees in any of those cases. For the burpee, Michelle's going to continue to demonstrate that for us. So you got a couple variants to your burpee. First off, the explosive burpee. What we're going to do is we're going to drop down into a squat position, bringing the hands to the floor. We're going to jump back into that push-up position. Nice straight line from shoulder to heel. She's going to jump forward again, and then leap up in the air, reaching those hands up as high as she can, soft landing back down, go right back into it. Again, it's 10 burpees. You did this to yourself. You drew the cards. I didn't touch them. So these are your burpees. Own them. So If you can't do an explosive version of the burpee, we're going to do a more controlled version of it. It's going to be a squat. Bring the hands down to the floor. Step one leg back all the way, step the other leg back all the way. Step the first leg forward, step the second leg forward. Stand, reach as high as you can, spirit fingers. Get a good stretch throughout the core. I don't see spirit fingers. There we go, spirit fingers. And then we're going to repeat that motion. Step it back, step it back, step it forward, stand, reach, spirit fingers. All right, the last version of that, if you can do it explosively, but you just need a little bit of assistance as far as height, we're going to use a box for that. So box stairs, something stable. Make sure this isn't going to rock or slide on you. From here, you're going to jump back, jump forward, let go of the box, stand, and spirit fingers. Very good. All right, so again, if you draw a card and you're like, uh-oh, that's not in between or outside of or anything, how is this one explained? If you can't explain it, you got burpees. I'm sorry, but you're welcome.
No,
So, I'm not sorry. I did forget to say at the top of this, it's a 30-minute AMRAP. So go ahead and set 30 minutes up on your clock, draw your first set, do it for every exercise, and then draw your next set of reps. With that, everybody, thank Michelle for being our demonstrator today. Thank you, Michelle. Good spirit fingers. And with that, we'll see you tomorrow.